This call
Hello?
is now being recorded.
Hi.
Hello? Yes.
Hold on one moment for Robert.
Okay, wonderful.
What do you want to know? You can go on Brown on that.
Well, would like to know a little bit about your career, how long have you been cooking, things along those lines?
Cooking since the age of 11. Joined Her Majesty's Royal Navy at the age of 15 and a half. Started cooking at school because there was home economics class, 30 girls and me. I thought the chances of getting a girlfriend would be pretty good. I made my first quiche Lorraine, and the rest changed. The history changed. I became a cook in the Navy at 15 and a half, and I haven't looked back since.
Sounds awesome.
50 years old now, almost, and my life is given to others, given to pleasure, making sure that we can do the right things. We travel about 150 days a year with our military, coming back from Afghanistan, Abu Dhabi. We'll be off to Cuba in a couple of weeks. Just finished Japan, building a restaurant in the Pentagon. We are building one in Vegas and one in Foxwoods, Connecticut. We just finished our food and wine festival called Savor Connecticut, raising money to build homes with Gary Sinise for our wounded warriors. And we have the live show tomorrow night in Jax, which is obviously a heavy military area because of the naval base and some other things there. We just have fun.
Now, what can we expect to see at your live show?
Live show is it's very interesting. It's like Worst Cooks in America, CSI, Restaurant Impossible, Dinner Impossible, Saturday Night Live, all in one show. It's a lot of fun. It's not a cooking show, as you know, a cooking show. The audience is in charge. They pick the food. They pick the challenges. It's very interactive, great for kids. And it's just 2 hours of escapism that people can have a lot of fun. And it really is a lot of fun.
Now, in all of your massive career, who's been the highlight of your career to cook for? Who's been the best person?
Well, I've cooked for presidents and kings and queens, but the highlight for me is always when we cook for our military folks. I deal with a lot of, sadness in the world, obviously with what's going on with wars. So when we cook and we do these Invincible Spirit Festivals around the country with Gary Sinise, he plays in the band, the Ben Band, and we cook. Last year we fed 122,000 wounded warriors and their caregivers, and to me that's the biggest highlight of my career is doing that.
Wonderful. Now, who's been the worst person to cook for?
The worst one? Ooh.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think there's any worse one because, when you cook, it gives a feeling of you've done something great for somebody by giving them a piece of yourself. I don't think I've ever had a bad experience cooking. It's a highlight for me.
Well, then you're a much better cook than I am, obviously, because I always have complaints about my food. What's going to be coming up besides the restaurants? Is there anything special coming up for you that we need to know about?
We have a brand new book coming out that will premiere probably in the end of May, beginning of June, called Fit Fuel. We're working on a new daytime live show, more Restaurant Impossible coming, and some other TV projects that we're working on. We've got a whole new food line coming out that's all healthier, better for you, and all the proceeds from that will go to, or a large portion of the proceeds will go to my 501c3 for our military families, kids with cancer, and Make-A-Wish Foundations.
Now, where can we purchase that at?
You'll be able to get that in Walmart's, Costco's, BJ's, Sam's Club, but the first area we're going to is giant food stores.
Okay, wonderful. If there was one thing we didn't know about you and you would want us to know, what would that be?
There's not much that you don't know about me. I mean, we just shot fitness covers for magazines. I think you know everything personal about me. I'm married to one of the top female wrestlers in the world.
Right.
She's my strength. She's my awesome hero. I would say that my life is given to the military and their families. And it's not that you don't know that. A lot of people don't know about the extent of my charities. We do, last year, 70 charities benefited from my work. There's not much that people don't know. I mean, I'm like an open book. What don't I like? Cinnamon and
it sounds like you have an extremely big heart.
You know, to me, I keep in contact with all the restaurants we've done. You know, we've just finished our 138th episode. It's not just restaurants. We've hit a pharmacy next week, supermarkets, and I keep in contact with all those folks because, you know, I'm in their life and I want to make sure they're successful, not because the Food Network tells me to, because it's the right thing to do.
Wonderful.
I think, you know, people need to know that I care about people. I'm a tough guy. I was in the military, but we care about them getting stuff done. So,
well, that's great. A big body and a big heart. 'Cause I see you work out a lot. Fitness seems to be very important to you.
Yeah, my workouts are really important. It gives me, you know, I want to empower people, and this is the truth. I want to empower people every day they wake up through food and fitness. And that doesn't have to mean that you have to go to a gym and pump heavy weights. Just means you've got to get your kids in the kitchen, you've got to cook with them, you've got to make them understand